Evening, gang, and welcome along to our little nighttime live show. It's Sunday, the 16th of November 2025. Welcome along, Chris Reardon Show live from the Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire at the rusty old caravan, which has got a little bit, it's got a little bit damaged today, boys and girls. There is another DIY disaster. Okay, those of you that know me quite well and have been with the show for a few years will know that possibly my worst skill ever is DIY. I'm just no good at it. Seriously, badly no good. And it's happened again today, but I'll keep that for a moment or two. If you'd like to join in, I'll pop in and out the chat box as much as I can, but it is quite difficult to pick out the messages for me among all the general conversation going on. So I appreciate if you can use the text number there, 07451 287 337, all right? 07451 287 337, or you can send us an email at any point. Just no, it's there, isn't it? Just down there, chris@chrisreardon.co.uk, and that'll come straight to me without having to find you in the chat box. Now, I will be in and out of the chat box, but it does sort of move at a sort of speed, and I can't really keep up with it in there. All right, my darlings, let's just say hello to some of you who have taken the time and trouble already to send in a message to poor little lonely old me, sitting here so lonely. Although I wasn't lonely today. A place near where I am at the moment is Boston, which is just down the road. There's a little church there, and I visited there a couple of months ago, and they have no organist, so I offered myself. I said, but I'm only up here sort of once a month, if that. So I did that this morning, and they're very appreciative if you do anything in there. And now they've asked me to do... I said I'd be up here around Christmas. I said, what time is your mass on Christmas morning? She said, 10 o'clock. Can you do that? I said, yeah, I can do that for you. Oh, thank you very much. And on the way out, the priest said to me, no pressure at all. When they say that. And people who are after people to do voluntary stuff are very good at wording things. And that's okay, you know, because it's up to you. You can always say no if you want to. And he says, would you be around for midnight mass at all? And what day do you come up? I said, probably the 23rd. Because on the 22nd, I'm going to a lovely night of carols. If you ever want to go to this, I highly recommend it. And it's at the Royal Albert Hall in London. The really good tickets will all be gone now, but nevertheless you could go there, and they have a massive orchestra on the stage, a wonderful choir. I don't know which choir they are, BBC choir or something like that, I suppose, and you all get like a little carol book, and they play all the carols that you know, and it's just wonderful to be able to join in with it all. It really is. And then you have a couple of special guests doing solos and that sort of thing. But yeah, there you are. So, I mean, really, really, really good. Really, really good. There we are. All right. So I'll probably take on the midnight mass as well at the church in Boston, St. Mary's in Boston. I don't know if you're in Lincolnshire. You could come along to that if you wanted to. I haven't got the plan yet. I want to have a look at the plan first, because I'm not like, I can't do everything. I'm quite limited with what I can play, because I play by ear, and I can't play in every single key. You know, I think if you're musical, you'll know I can do C, G, D, maybe. Anything more than 3 sharps, and I'm really well. Anything more than 2 sharps, and I'm struggling. Anything more than 1 flats, forget it. Isn't it funny? And yet flats are the same as sharps. It's just down instead of up. I don't know why I can't do it. It's like some sort of mental block, you know, I suppose. Good evening to Maureen. Thanks for texting in there, Maureen. The text number to text in, up there in the top left-hand corner, 07451 287 337, all right? 07451 287 337 for the texts, and the email, chris@chrisreardon.co.uk. I'll pop in this chat box now. Hello to Sarah. Evening to Sarah. She was in really early, weren't you, my love? Hi, Chris. Watching from Spain. Hola. Hola. Yep. That might be Mexico. I don't know. No, I'm sure it's Spain. I suppose it's years since I went to Spain. Blimey. I went to Ibiza. That's Spain, isn't it? Is that Spain, Ibiza? Or is that Canaries? No, it's Ibiza, isn't it? Spain. I went there years ago when it was a party island. 1996, maybe, somewhere around there. I went to Ibiza. And I went to Benidorm in 1983. I was married, actually. Yeah, we got married, and that was our honeymoon. It didn't last very long. And then some years later, I got on the other bus, so I went the other way. And, yeah, Benidorm we went to. I don't remember much of it now, actually. Can't remember it at all. So, evening to Sarah, who's in Spain. She's got to take the dogs out. Oh, yeah, do that. You don't want mess in the house, my love. Talking about someone the other day. One of my neighbours back down in Bracknell, where I live, she's got beautiful border collies, black and white. And they're such beautiful, friendly dogs. They really are lovely, lovely creatures. And she said, I said, oh, I don't know if maybe I could have a dog or something like that. She said, well, let us know where they'll be having puppies at some point. Oh, will they? And then as soon as she said that, I thought, you see, I can't be dealing with a mess. Do you know what I mean? Where you train dogs. Oh, no, the smell. I just... Not for me. I don't think I can do that, to be honest. And then the thing is with cats, you don't seem to have to train cats, do you? They just know straight away. And why is that? How is it that cats just know straight away, don't they? It's weird, isn't it? How do they know? Yeah, I mean, we don't know either, do we? I mean, my nephew and his wife, they got baby Charlie, who has to have his nappy change. He doesn't tell anyone. At least I haven't noticed. Doesn't tell anyone that he needs his nappy change. You have to look. Oh, I would have actually changed it in front of me this afternoon. As soon as I see the new nappy coming out, a jumper goes up over my nose like that. Oh, no. I can't be dealing with that smell. Thank you very much. Right, let me read some of these messages in. Good evening to Jason Hughes. Evening to Tony Mills, who says I look like Chris Oliver. I don't know who that is, Tony. Who is Chris Oliver? I've no idea who that is. No idea. Evening to Mikey Mike. Evening to you, sir. Gary's there. There's my nephew, Gary. I was around his house earlier. Evening to Gary this evening. Did I see... Oh, else have I got? Oh, I can't even see all the messages properly tonight. In that chat box anyway. Oh dear. Is that it? Seventh Borky. Seventh Robbie and Pauline. Hello to Robbie and Pauline. Welcome hello to our little live. If it's your first time here tonight, by the way, a very warm welcome to you. This is very different from my little jaunts with the little videos and all that I've started doing again. Okay, so welcome along if you're here for the first time. I just sit in a room and talk rubbish for an hour or so. Really. This Gary Ross. Collie would be a good dog, Chris, as you're always out for walks. Yeah, that's what concerns me, you see. Because I do a lot with my life. I probably do more than I did when I was working. Well, I still do 2 nights of work. But I think it's important to keep busy, especially if you go over a certain age and if you're on your own. You need to keep busy. And I'm constantly seeking out new things to do. These little videos that I've started to do, and there's another one which will be out for you on Tuesday or Wednesday. We've gone to another nice garden centre at Woodthorpe Park. Now, we have been there before. That's with my nephew and his little tribe, and we had a lovely meal actually in there, and bought a few bits and pieces. I've actually got a couple of bits to show you here. We have an owl. Woo! We have an owl. Okay, that was 10 quid, that. Which I think was great value for money, actually. Not a child's toy, okay? I wouldn't say this was a child's toy. I can see baby Charlie starting to... you see the bits are coming off. There's bits coming off there, so it's not a child's toy. It's nice, though, isn't it? Woo! There were 2 of these. This was the first one I picked up. Then I picked up another one, which I thought looked better. But then when I showed my nephew's wife the other one, I said, I think this one's better. The other one had eyebrows, you see. You know those sticking up eyebrows? Actually, I've got them as well, haven't I? Come to think about that. They had sticking up eyebrows. I said, what do you think? Which one's better? And she pointed back at this one. So that's the one I bought. Okay. And I bought a couple of these little hanging things for a Christmas tree. Not my Christmas tree, but nevertheless. And if there's anyone who likes cute houses, you know what I mean by a cute house? When you go down some sort of country lane or something like that, and there's a house with, I don't know, painted blue with yellow window sills and a perfectly manicured mini garden out the front and little plants in the borders and all that. Well, I mean, that is screaming that at me, isn't it? And it's like a thing you hang from the tree, you know, like a bauble type thing. Isn't that lovely, that little thing? I love it. Absolutely love it. I bought two because they're different colours, you see. Wouldn't you want to live there? I mean, I'd be tempted to go home and try and eat the house, wouldn't you? There we are. If you were here last week, by the way, you'll notice there's a different backdrop there. Thank you, Vera. A different backdrop there because today I'm up at the caravan. I've got two little sort of mini studios. When I say mini studios, it's a spare room. There's no airs and grace. I'm not going to pretend that it's anything more than it is. I'm a sad old bloke sitting in a spare room talking to you. That's it, okay? Sometimes I do pretend that I'm in this multi-storey, purpose-built television studio. I'm not, love. It's a tiny spare. You wouldn't believe how small this room is. And I know some of you saw the came across the BBC video because they came round here about, I think it's 3 years ago now. They actually discovered me doing this and sent me a message and I said, we'd like to come round and do a little thing on you. And they came round. They were here for hours they were here. And when the cameraman got here, he said, oh, it's really small, isn't it? I said, well, yeah. He said, I don't know how we're going to get the camera in. Or maybe we can do it for the window. And the window was, at the time, steamed up in between the two panes. Do you know what I mean? What's that called? Blown. It was a blown window. So they couldn't do that. But they managed to do it eventually. And they were here for hours for like, I think it was 3 minutes. A 3-minute spot. I know it's on BBC Look North. Yeah. So that was a nice experience. I thought I'd get a job on the telly for that, but it didn't happen. You know, here I am, still sitting in the spare room. But that's okay, because you're there and I'm not sitting on my own. Happy days. Did we say good evening to Vera? Thank you, Vera. Pauline loved the London trip. Yes, that's in the thing to talk about today, actually. I had a lovely trip on Wednesday to a little Motown night in London. Some of you, again, have already seen the video. It was my friend Roy. I don't know if he's with us tonight. I haven't seen his name pop up. My friend Roy took us, and he also took Vera and our friend Paul. And we had a Motown night in the Crypt, which is right next door or underneath. I mean, when I say next door, the entrance is next door to St. Martin's in the Fields Church. And I went there, I think 2 years ago, to Songs of Praise, which was a nice experience. You had a little band out the front and the TV people running around and great big cameras everywhere. It was great. Although you are in there for hours. And one hymn we did 8 times. They didn't just do the bit they weren't happy with. We had to do the whole hymn 8 times. Oh my God! I knew the hymn by straight in my own mind. I'd learnt it completely myself. And then at half time, you go downstairs into the crypt and use the toilets. Well, I feel sorry for the ladies. As you know, girls, I think I mentioned this last week, theatres, anything like that, you know, half time, you get like 20 minutes, everyone piles out the toilets. The blokes are generally in and out very quickly. All the ladies, of course, you've got to sit down and the queue goes outwards and round. I don't know how it works in that. There are certain theatres, the ballet is one thing, I believe, where once the show has started, if you leave the theatre for whatever reason, you can't go back in until the next half starts. I think that's right. And there's quite a lot of them like that. I don't know about the musicals, you know, the big musicals like Phantom and stuff like that, but certainly the sort of highbrow stuff like operas and ballet, they won't let you back in because, of course, every time you go past, you're disturbing all these other people. Not so bad if you're on the end. That's why I'll always try and get an end seat. I'm embarrassed to have to sort of push past people. Excuse me. And you get the tatty like that all the time. Like that. Then they get up a little bit like that, don't they? Oh, so that you can get past. But then even worse than that is when you come back again. And they look at you like, why have you come back, sort of thing. Thank you. Stu likes this backdrop. Thank you very much, Stu. Evening to George. I have a new number, Sound Tech George. I don't know who Sound Tech George is. I don't know who that is. Sound Tech George. No idea who that is. But welcome along, George. Are you George Bond? I'm just randomly guessing there. Are you George Bond or you might be someone else? Evening to Vera. Thanks for texting, Vera. Shania's there. She's on the Isle of Wight. Again, where I had a lovely a week about a month or so ago. Lovely day at the a few days on the Isle of Wight. Really, really lovely. And even the boat going there and back, it's all part of it. Very relaxing, sitting right at the front of one of them ferries. Wonderful. Hello to you. And she's watching on a big screen today. Oh, am I appearing in the cinema now? Am I? Where am I? Odeon? Cineplex? Somewhere like that? I hope it's no way that shows those nasty movies with naked bodies moving up and down everywhere. Oh, no, I don't want to be on one of those channels, thank you very much. Although a lot of people don't seem to worry them, does it? With their various OnlyFans accounts and stuff like that. Evening to Mark Bowles. Evening to Mark. How's my lover today? Evening, Mark. He says, I was sorry, took his little boy back to... Stop it, Mark. Took his little boy back there today. Hello, Mark. You're very confident, you are, that I'm not going to go further with a message, aren't you? You must be very, very confident. Hello to Dean. Evening to Dean. Hello to Dean. Welcome along, Dean. Vera says she went to see a play on Tuesday and they were letting people in after it started for half an hour. Oh, how annoying. Oh, that's annoying. It's not fair to... I kind of understand that people suddenly get desperate for a wee or worse. I mean, I've got the IBS and it's not fun. It really isn't fun. Awful. Can I just tell you, without being too graphic, I had to stop on the motorway once and open both doors and sit down in between them two. That's all I'm saying. It's just awful. So I do get that. But on the other hand, all these people, you're disturbing them every time you go in and out. It's awful. Oh, it is George Bond. Sound Tech George. That's a new name. Is this a new thing you're doing, like with sound and all that business? Are you learning that? Or is it something that you're doing now as a job, as a matter of interest? Thank you, Mark. Well, I mean, I still think we should walk into find out where they're having dinner one day and we're walking holding hands, But don't think you'll be going home alone after that, okay? Thank you, Mark, and welcome along. Matthew Martin's there in Canada. Hello to you, Matthew. Hope you and your family are all right, Jake and what have you. He said things are cooling down in the UK. Are things cooling down in the UK now quite a bit? Yeah, we're at about 10 degrees today. I certainly noticed it on... Friday night when I came up here. So Friday night I finished work. I host karaoke at a place called Central Station in King's Cross. And I finished there at about 11. And by 11:15 I'm on my way and I drove up here. It's about 2.5, 2 3/4, maybe 3 hours sometimes. And when I got near here, I saw petrol at 1.33 a litre. Well, where I live in Bracknell, it's like 1.38 a litre at the moment. And so I thought, oh, that was a reasonable price. But it was, I think it was called Apple Door or Apple View, something like that. I can't think of the name of the petrol station, but Apple something. And the last time I stopped here, I've got to tell you, it was about 10, I swear it was about 10 years ago. And I got out of the car and I filled out the car and I'm blooming cold, so cold. And I went to the door, hole in the wall. How much do we all hate that? I just absolutely hate that. queuing up at a hole-in-the-wall petrol station. And I get it. They get attacked. Maybe people rob them. I get that. But I absolutely hate it. Anyway, so I thought I'll stop there this time. And I looked at my thermometer, and it was 10 degrees, which isn't exactly freezing, is it? You know. Anyway, I got out the car, and I opened my little, clicked the thing in the car to open the petrol thing on the side of it. Unscrewed the thing, pulled the thing out, put it in there. Nothing's happening. I looked over. No one to see in there at all. The lights are on. I'm waiting. And I hadn't even started pumping the petrol. I had to go back in the car and get my jumper, which I put on, which made a minuscule amount of difference to my comfort. And I'm just so blooming cold there. And I'm waiting. And eventually, this curly-haired woman with glasses appears. About 45 years old, I suppose. 40 maybe. And she comes to the hole in the wall thing. And she's looking at me. I know I'm looking at her. And she's looking at me. And I'm thinking, are you going to push that button or what? And I'm like... And then she pushes the button and out comes the petrol. I then go over to the hole in the wall. By now, I'm really cold. I'm physically shaking. I'm that cold. I'm physically shaking. And I said, can I have a packet of cheese and onion crisps, please? Oh, well, I'm having a problem with my card machine at the moment. Right. And she pushes some buttons, then goes to the next machine down and pushes some buttons on that. And I'm literally like this. That's how cold I am. Eventually she gets the crisps, comes back round again, pushes the button on that machine again. Oh, she said, I've got the machine going at the end. Are you okay with activating your phone and giving it to me so I can touch the other machine for you? I said, yeah, whatever. So I got the card up on here, I think, on my phone. You know how you do. No one carries cash. I ain't got no cash. I know cash. Just don't have cash anymore. So I touched this thing on the machine. Sorry, she takes this phone over. I've got my card on there, right? And then she takes this phone off me. And then she goes like, oh, you haven't activated it. I said, well, what do you want me to do? She said, oh, you've got to push the button on the side twice. So she gives me push the button on the side twice. And she comes back over. She said, well, that seems to work. Do you want a receipt? Yes, please. A receipt. I'm a bit angry now, I must admit. And I said to her, do you know, the last time I came here was about 10 years ago. And I said, I stood exactly at this spot here, freezing myself to bits at this little window because the doors ain't open. Oh, well, that's funny because we weren't here 10 years ago. I thought, you cow. Right, thank you, bye. So it's the last time I go there. How much do you hate that, eh? Queuing up at those little windows. Oh, it's just so annoying. It really is. Anyway, that's how it is, isn't it? And let's just say hello to some more of you. Yeah, Matthew Martins, who's in Canada. So that's what I mean by, yeah, it's cold here, but you wouldn't... I must admit, I think it was the wind. On Friday, I don't think it was as cold as it would have been had there not have been wind, if you see what I mean. And I don't mean the sort of wind coming out your bum. It was freezing cold. Horrible. But where Matthew Martins is in Canada, it's -10 there. They have minuses there. You don't want to go out the house. Evening to Zoe. Welcome along, Zoe. Zoe actually joins us for our radio show every morning now. If you didn't know already, I do a little radio show every morning, which you can watch. If I can just bring up the thing. There it is. Okay, that's how to find us on there. reachonair.com. Just type in reachonair.com on your mobile phone or your computer, and then top right hand corner, I think it is, there's a listen button. Click on the listen button and you can listen to us there. You can also watch it. I'm afraid that's not on YouTube. You'd have to download something called Twitch. It's all free. Set up your free account and then look for me on there. My username is Chris Reardon UK, and you can watch us. And there's a little chat box just like there is on here that people like to talk to each other. Okay, so that's Monday to Friday between 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's also on Tuesday nights as well between 9 and 11 p.m. All right. That's where you can find us, and Zoe's there every morning. Now, I'm glad you enjoyed the show, Zoe, there. All right. Hello to 7th Borky, is it? Hello. Kerry in Ireland. Hello to you. The Irish are in the house. My nan was Irish. She was a Ryan. One of my nans was a Ryan. Nothing to do with Ryanair, I'm pleased to say. I shan't be going on that. Thank you very much. Hello to Grant, who I used to work with, and Adam the plumber in the house this evening. He's doing major works on his house at the moment. Heiser Washer Lover said cash is king. Yeah, I wish it was. Just don't get any now. It's all the type of button and that, and then people forget to pay. Isn't it convenient, you know? Oh, I haven't done the wages yet. You know, I haven't pushed the buttons yet. Oh, didn't have that when we had even money, did we? Thankfully, I'm not in a job where I have to chase around for wages. I don't think I've ever been in a job like that. I've been fairly lucky there. Not to have had to chase around people for wages, because that's just rude, isn't it? There's Zoe there. All is well, thank you. Hello to Simon, evening Mr. Humpty, who says, Chris, you're being exposed, and there's only cinema called the Flea Pit. Where's that? The Flea Pit? Sounds a vile place. The only things that move up and down there are the people scratching their heads when they get a bit excited, he says. Don't know what you mean by that. Yeah. And, George Bond is doing a dance thing, putting all the music together for my dance called Born to Perform. Sounds like that song, is it Born to Live Forever? I was born to live forever. Something like that. I'm getting on with it, Mark. I'm getting on with it. Jason Sun's there. Evening, Jason. Thanks for your texts. Who says good evening to everyone. And Mr. Big G there, who says, having an incredible lazy day, watching you from my bed. Oh, come on. You still haven't got up yet. 6:30, and I can't do that. I cannot do that, lay in bed and do nothing. That's just awful. Gosh. How do you manage to do that? And even into Paul Adamson, he's back in Ashford today after a 5-hour drive south. Well, welcome along to each and every one of you. So just a couple of things to start with today. First of all, right, I want to recommend something to you, which I've had today. I was in the Co-op earlier. Digestive Gold biscuits. And they actually smell, you know, like you go walking around Disney World. Anyone who's been lucky enough to been to Disney or somewhere like that. It smells like that because they pump out all these nice smells in the shops. You only go and say, oh, that's a nice smell. It makes you buy a loaf of bread or something like that. As soon as you open the packet, it smells like you're in a sweet shop. And I bought these today. I haven't had quite half the pack. Well, maybe I might have had half the packet there. But they're Digestive Gold. And they're like a caramel flavour. You know that nice caramel smell? It's like that. So I just wanted to recommend these to you. Which are on the same level as something else I found in the Co-op today. Jaffa Cakes Hot Honey. My friend at the church, Marion, bought me some of these in I think it was last Sunday or the Sunday before, but it was my turn played. That's down in Bracknell, that is. But she bought me those. Vera's also bought me in boxes of these. And George, who comes along to the karaoke. I think Roy might have bought me some as well. So, highly Hot Honey Jaffa Cakes. Now, if you don't like chili, don't buy these because they've got a little bit of a bite to them, which doesn't come until you've finished it. There's like pepper almost on the end of your tongue. They are so nice. Hello to Rachel. Evening to Rachel. Welcome along, Rachel. Yeah, they are so nice, those. Right? Okay. Now, here's the dilemma. Does any of you use toilet paper wet wipes? Not wet wipes as in get a wet wipe a baby's face or do your hands. Toilet wet wipes to make sure that area of yourself is nice and clean after you've been for number 2. Anyone use those? Right. So I'm a bit of a cheapskate. I won't lie to you. I get the Aldi ones, right? So these are Saxo. Now, anyone who hasn't used these before, and I'm sure there are some of you that, you know, will not spend the money. I know what you're like. My sister's like that. She don't like to spend her money. My God, I was watching a video. They're in America at the moment. They walked from the hotel they are on International Drive to Walmart. That is a bit of a walk. Because it's very hot there. They got a cab back. Didn't see them walking back, funnily enough. Mind you, she'll probably make up some excuse. Oh, we didn't want to carry. They went to Walmart. This was in their last video, or that may have now been replaced. The one I was watching this morning, actually, just before I went to church. And they walked to Walmart. And it looks like they broke loads of laws while they were going there as well. Because any of you who've been to America, especially Florida, will know people don't walk anywhere. They think you're mad. It was the same in California. Nobody walks anywhere. You know, they live next door to a supermarket. They'd rather sit in traffic, the Americans, for like 8 hours than walk 1 minute from the house to the Walmart or whatever shop it would be. Anyway, they walked. And a lot of the footpaths were closed because they were kind of resurfacing. So they literally had to cross roads that they shouldn't really cross and take a different route. Anyway, they walked from the hotel. What's the name of the hotel? Oh, I can't think now. It's one of the cheapest ones there. Nice big hotel. It's okay. When I was there, I was disappointed with it. That is back in January when I went to Florida with my mate. And we were on the ground floor. I mean, I'm blaming him, to be honest. Because he wanted a ground floor room because he does have a bit of trouble walking upstairs, to be honest. And I think that's why we got... Dun, 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 dun. Here's a clue. Cockroaches, yes! Cockroaches! In the hotel! I kid you not. The weird thing is, I was okay with it. You know, and we generally find that the Rosen Inn, thank you, Sarah, the Rosen Inn Hotel in Florida. Now, my nephew had already stayed there, my younger nephew, Jimmy, and his little tribe, right? He said it was fine. I don't think they saw cockroaches. My sister's been there now over a week and a half. They haven't seen any cockroaches. We did. And we saw plenty of them, actually. They were always in the bathroom. Generally in the bathroom. And I remember the first time he screams, my mate, "Oh, my God, there's a cockroach in there." And he came back out and closed the door. I said, "Where?" He said, "In the bathroom." So I opened the door and there it was. And I went, they move fast, mate. They blooming move fast, those cockroaches. And I went over, got a bit of toilet paper, picked it up, flushed it down the toilet. Well, I must have done that about 6 times while I was there. They were always in there. And I was okay. It was just a cockroach. Why are you worrying so much? And then one night, we came in from being at Disney. And I'm just getting some shopping out and taking it out from the bags and putting it in my suitcase. And all of a sudden, he screamed like a little girl, honestly, and jumped on the bed. "What?" He said, "There's a cockroach just got under that bed." I said, "Well, where did it come from?" "Under your bed." "Oh, I suppose I better have a look then." So I pulled up the thing. And I was shocked at how dirty and filthy it was underneath that bed. I don't think it had ever seen a Hoover. Spiders' webs, sweet wrappers. I was a bit shocked at that. Really disappointed. You know, there were thousands of it. Beatrice says there are thousands of roaches all over Florida. They weren't big, Beatrice. They weren't really big. You know, I suppose the size of, I don't know, a small beetle. They weren't fat. They weren't very fat. They were kind of longer than the fat. And even then, there wasn't one that was 1 inch long. They were about half an inch, maybe. What's that? Centimetre and a half. They weren't massive, right? But anyway, I looked under this bed. It was filthy under the bed. Then I looked under his bed and it was filthy. We couldn't find the cockroach, so could we? Which brought on his anxiety. I must admit, while I was laying there in my bed, I did think, I do hope one doesn't crawl into my ear or mouth while I'm asleep. But I think it was on because we were on the ground floor. I really do. And then there was a little bit of a pathway and sort of a garden area in front of us there. I mean, I really do. I think that's why. But you know, anyway, that's Florida. I don't know how we got onto the Florida thing. Someone was asking me, weren't there? Seven Porky, can you flush them? Well, I did. I just picked them up in the toilet paper and put it down. Just put them down the toilet. That was it. At least the ones that I found. I mean, God knows how many there were in there. Yeah, I bet she's got a flat on beachside. We need an exterminator year round. I mean, it's just one of those things. As long as they don't come near me, I'm not that bothered, to be honest. Yeah, Dean, we must meet up for coffee at some place. Just a reminder, gang, if you're getting your messages missed in the chat box, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's so busy in there, I can't keep up with everything and people talking to each other. So do text over your message, and that only works on a UK phone, incidentally. 07451 287 337, or you can email a message, chris@chrisreardon.co.uk. Vera says the ones in Jamaica are massive. How big are we saying there in Jamaica? Dave, is it Jamaica that's just had a tornado? All those people losing their houses. That's terrible, isn't it? Isn't it? Awful when you see the news stories of people. Everything you've got gone in an instant. You should imagine that, right? Everything that you've got in your house gone in a couple of seconds. Sucked up into this blooming wind tunnel thing. Awful. Hello to... I haven't got a name there. Do you want to send your name so I can read it out? It says, good evening, Chris. Just come across your show. Love the chat and anecdotes. You make me smile. Thank you. That's what I do. I try and make people smile. Don't take life too seriously. I'm the same at the karaoke. I don't care. Now and again, you get someone who gets upset. Oh, you shouldn't really. Oh, please, don't. Then go. If you don't like it, go. I try and make people laugh a little bit. Thank you. Mark says you were saying she was tight. Ooh, ooh. Come and find out, Mike. So Vera reckons the cockroaches in Jamaica are the size of my hand. Yeah, I bet they are. Horrible things. Anyway, that's the cockroaches. Let's go back to what we were talking about. So these wet toilet paper. Anyone use these? Okay. So I've got the Aldi own brand ones, 45p, which I think is reasonable. I have seen these for £1.50. You know, the Andrex one. I mean, do you actually get a free puppy with them at all? Do you think so? Maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah. My sister's quite tight. Walmart. I think all they bought there was root beer and bottles of water. That's all they bought. I mean, the whole of Walmart, they've never been in a Walmart ever, and they bought water and root beer. That was it. I told her to go in there. One thing they've got in Walmart in Florida, and if you're in America, you'll know this, they have, oh my God, iced soft cookies. And they are delicious. Funnily enough, when I was in California, so I was in Florida in Jan, I was lucky enough to go to California in June, and it was a Target. We didn't have a Walmart nearby. There was a Target, and they did the same thing. Iced soft cookies, and they are delicious. Did she buy any? No. And you know why? You know why? Because if I've worked this out now. If I suggest something to her, right, she won't do it. That's it. I don't understand her. Whenever I suggest something to her to do, she will take the opposite opinion. Is that just a brother and sister thing, do you think? I said, you've got to try the iced cook. No, I can't have any of those. No. Oh, well, fine. Don't take any notice of me. Thank you. It was Joe. Joe from Weymouth. Oh, Joe. Years since I've been there. I think it was about 12 the last time I was in Weymouth. Yeah, Pontins. Pontins. Possibly Seacroft or Sand Bay. One of those. And like I say, that's got to be 50 years. And that's when Pontins was good. Oh, fantastic holidays they were. Anyway, let's get on to this. All right, we're being side-striked here, aren't we? Side-strike. So here we go. The Saxon toilet tissue paper. Now, it says on here 0% plastic wipes, and I'm a bit with the environment. I'm not mad, you know. I'm not like militant environment. Perhaps we should be militant environment because we are destroying it, aren't we? But I am a bit. And it says here, fine to flush on there. Okay. I believe when these first came out, they were clogging up drains left, right and centre. Anyway, the problem I have with these is getting the damn things out of the packet. Do any of you use these and have got exactly the same problem? Or maybe it's the brand. Maybe if I spent £1.50 instead of 45 pence on a packet, they would come out of the damn box more easily. Right, so it starts off, and by the way, I know what it'd be, right? One or two of these clever people, and you always find these in chat boxes and watching shows, are determined to find something wrong. You know, they're determined to find something wrong. So they will look. Now, there are probably people out there now saying, oh, you probably put them in a funny way so it comes out right. So I've got a new one. Look, you know it's new because, look, that will not come off without a good tug, you see. Hasn't been stuck down all right. It's always someone. You know, oh, your collar's sticking up. Oh, your hair's not quite right. The clock's wrong. The paper's slightly turned over on the side. Yeah, like that. Right, so here we are. So this is a brand new packet. Now let's do the demonstration. Oh, right, okay. Now, first things first, the idea of that is that it sticks back over because they don't dry out. Girls, there's nothing worse than when it starts drying out. And generally, that happens at about 45 years old, isn't it? Let's be honest. But with life, that's just one of those things, and we have to get up with it. There's various tubes of stuff you can use, okay? I'm just trying to be helpful. Just trying to be helpful, girls. There's tubes of stuff when it becomes too dry. And these also, these will dry out if you don't stick it back down. Problem number one, that's sticking down all right now. But after the third or fourth time, it doesn't stick so well. My advice, you put it back down on whatever shelf or on the floor, face down, thus sealing it. Very important to keep it sealed. All right? Hang on, let's just move around. My leg's dying here. Like my career. My leg's dying. Right, so there we go. So put it down upside down. Right, so let's now try and get one or two out. So we open that. Now we've got to look and start scratching, haven't you? Right? Right. Oh, we got one. We got one. Right. We got one. I managed to get one, but there's now a hole in it, which means you can't use it properly, the whole thing. You've now got to fold it in half. So you've already lost half the use of this very important wet wipe, and it is very, very important to cleanse ourselves at all times. Remember your mum? Always put clean underwear on in case you end up at the doctor's or in hospital. Very important. No one wants to see dirty pants. Nobody wants to see dirty pants at the hospital if, God forbid, you're taken in unexpectedly. One or two of you have, I'm sure that's happened to you. It's happened to me. I've ended up at the hospital unexpectedly, but I've got clean underwear on. Happy days. Clean underwear. And to assist with your clean underwear, I recommend wet wipes, you know. That dry toilet paper, don't get rid of it all. No, it doesn't. Right, so there we are. One ruined. So we're now going to need a second one, aren't we, to go over that one, right? So we'll pull a second one out. Ah, and there we go. Right? How many have come out now? 1, 2, 3. There's 3 on there now. Right? Do you know, I'm having to waste almost an entire packet of these to demonstrate. I mean, this is like tomorrow's world, isn't it? Boo, 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 do, 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 do. I could be on that old TV show for the kids. How? You know, and any of those little DIY Chris. A disaster today coming up on this channel. Don't go anywhere. Right, so we've now got 1, 2 up. There we go. 1 there. So we've got 2 And then we'll just pull up another one. 3. Okay, that's come out all right, that one. Ah, there we go. And there's another torn one. Right. And remember, you're usually doing this, not like now, when I've got plenty of time to do it. Some of you are going to be in a rush for work, aren't you? Or trying to perhaps get the kids out to school or something like that. You're going to be in a rush. You're not going to be here taking your time to do this like I am on this this could have been a video all on its own with millions of viewers. Instead, here I am doing it for you now. Right. So, okay. So these ones, to be honest, these are coming out fairly easily in comparison to the trouble I had earlier on today. These are actually coming out fairly easily, to be admitting. And what normally happens... There you go. Hang on. There we go. There comes 2 together. 2 together. And at some point... Right, I'm going to stop there because I'm wasting too many of these now. Right. All these will be useless in about 10 minutes' time when they dry out. Okay? Is there an knack of doing this? Because there are times where you pull one and a whole load of them come out like that, and you have to then separate them, and then what you have to do, so if you've got a whole load of them come out, and they're like being almost like a pad, if you see what I mean, and then there you are, sitting down, you finish your business, and you're trying to stuff them all back in the hole again, aren't you? And you can't get them in properly. Is there some sort of knack or a box I can buy to put these in? Maybe take them out of this bleeding packet and put them in a box, some sort of little plastic box or something like that. Ah, maybe if I was to buy one Andrex, do they come in a... No, they don't come in a box, do they? They're in these packets as well, aren't they? Yeah. Anyway, so that's my issue with these wet wipes. I don't know if any of you have that problem. Vera says, little is the same. There you go, little is the same. You end up with about 5 wipes when you're trying to get one. They're a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Zoe says, I've used wipes like that before. Not easy to get out. Mine keep breaking in half. Ain't it annoying, Zoe? Mind you, it's a good job you notice it before you go to use it, isn't it? Because you think it's... Oh, it's a bit yucky. Bit yucky, that, isn't it? Big G. Yes, I use them. Can't be smelly, deaf and dumb, he says, if you know... I know what you mean. You pull out one and 10 follow. Yeah, and you can't get them all back in. I didn't know you used them, Big G. Do they have larger ones, do they, then? Like a towel. You might be better off with a towel. Isn't it funny what we talk about in here? Isn't it funny? I have seen, I don't know, some eco woman, and she had bits of, this is not a joke. I saw this a couple of years ago in one of the papers, and this woman, she had pieces of material. And she had them all hanging up in the toilet. I don't know, on a piece of rope or something like that, I think. And she would use them, then put them in a sealed box, and then wash them all. I'm sorry. No. I mean, to be fair to her, that's how nappies used to be, weren't they? You know, you'd have these towel and nappies before the disposable ones came along, and you'd use them, and then you'd put them in a wash. I don't know if you'd put them in a boil wash, or I mean, you wouldn't want to wash them with something else, would you? I mean, but for adults to be using that, or perhaps we should all be doing that. You know, save the planet. Although they do say these are biodegradable. I mean, it says flushable, but I mean, you do have to go to some sort of effort to pull those apart. I don't know how flushable they are. I would imagine that the water companies would not agree with the manufacturers of the product, really, and tell you not to flush them. But that's how it is. Thank you very much. Let's have a look. Jason, if you take more out, just put spare ones back into the package. I do that. Well, easier said than done, Jason. It's not easy to get them all. When you get a good wad out there and then you try and pull off 1 or 2 that you want, and then you try and stuff these things back in that little hole again, you know, you can't always get a big one in a little hole. That's just how it is. Don't worry, Mark. It'll be fine, love. Yeah, Mark. Here we go. Don't matter the brand. They all come out in one go. Do they? Oh, right. Okay, so he knows. Look at that. Never get the damn things back in the old. Mark Bowles says that as well. Glad to hear that you use those. George, nanny wipes used to come in like plastic flippy top thing. Are they called nappy wipes? Oh, yeah. Can you flush those nappy wipes, I wonder? I don't know if you can flush nappy wipes at all. That'd be interesting. Hello to Matt. Matt Van, evening to you. Welcome along to the show. Thanks for your email there, Matt. Here we are. Good. Beatrice, Chris the B-Day. Oh, B-Days. Have you anyone not experienced a B-Day? I mean, there are B-Days and there are B-Days. Now, I'm lucky enough to stay at a couple of 5-star hotels during the year. I save up my money, and we're actually going me and my mate in about 4 weeks to a nice hotel in London, Claridge's. I'll be taking the camera with me. I have done a couple of videos in there before, but we go once, sometimes twice a year. We save up our money and we go there for a night or two. We're going for 2 nights this time, and they have a wonderful B-Day made by Toto, Toto, but it's not separate. It's all like part of the toilet, right? And so, and I'll video all this when we go there, and I think it's towards the quite close to Christmas. It might be the 18th of December, I think, somewhere around that date. And I'll video the toilet for you, so keep subscribed, won't you? Keep subscribed. And you open the door to the toilet, which is all glass. As you open the door, the toilet lifts like that, and there's a little light. And then you sit down, and it's warm. The toilet seat is warm. Oh, it's wonderful. Okay? And there's a remote control. So you do your business, and then you pick up the remote control, and you can turn the heat of the toilet seat up or down. And then there's a water jet, and this little thing comes out, and you push it, and warm water is fired up into your intestines. It's wonderful. I mean, I was on there for hours, dear. My mate thought I'd died on the toilet. Are you all right, Chris? Yeah, no, I'm fine. Leave me in here. I'll be a little bit longer. It's wonderful. And then you can push this on this remote control, right? You get the jet to change like that. Goes from side to side or up and down. You turn the water up and down. It's never like scalding hot. That would do a lot of damage, wouldn't it? Scalding hot water. And then when you finish, right, you push another button and the water stops, and warm air, like the warm air dryers, oof, like that it is, and you come out feeling wonderful. I went in and out 3 times in the end, and that wasn't due to my IBS. I just like sitting there. So if you get the right B-Day, or one of those like Toto toilets, I think they're made in Japan. They are really nice to sit on. Has anyone else been on one? And did you like it? Come on, be honest with me. Text in your messages, gang. 07451 287 337. Once again, that only works in the UK, all right? Big G said maybe the solution on the wet wipes is a little Tupperware box with a lid next to the toilet. Will keep them fresh and moist. Now, that's a good idea, actually. That's actually quite a good idea. I could try something like that, couldn't I? Yeah. Yeah, you could be right with that one. Oh, dear. Beatrix says, expensive, but the best toilets are Toto. Yeah, and they are expensive. I think I look. Were they the ones that were about £800 or 2,000? But I think there's one of them I saw. It was £2,000, which I imagine would be the one that they've got in the posh hotel that me and my mate go at. It's lovely when you go there. Paul Adamson says those wet wipes are designed in those packets so you use them up. Yeah, it's a terrible waste, really, isn't it? Terrible, terrible waste from it. I hate waste of any form. Stu's with us. Good evening to Stu, who said those wipes are not easy to get out. Yeah, well, we know that, my love. Okay, all right. So that's the wipes. I can't believe it's 5 to 7 already. How's that happen? How's that happen already? 5 to 7. Okay, boys and girls. Now, those of you that know me well Well, no, I'm not very good at DIY. And the DIY doesn't just go for normal DIY jobs like painting, like decorating, like putting a picture on the wall. All things which I'm very unsuccessful about. Even the most mundane things I muck up. So, some time ago, as you know, tonight I'm in my caravan, which is about 30 odd years old. It's a very old caravan. Didn't have to pay much money for it. And the ground rent where I am is very, very reasonable as well. It's not like Haven Holidays or anything like that. The ground rate on there starts at about £5,000 a year. And it's really, if you ever wanted to buy a caravan, I would advise you not to. Certainly not on a Haven Holidays, somewhere like that. You get the van for about 20 years maximum. Then they tell you it's too old now. You've got to take it off. And the ground rent starts at about £5,000 a year. It's not worth it. I am on a small family-run site, and I was lucky with this. The caravan was nowhere near, nowhere, not even a fraction of what Haven Holidays would charge you. And let me tell you, the ground rent is nowhere near 543. It's not even 2,000 where I am here. On the other hand, there is no games room. There's no entertainment. There's no shop. It's just basically a load of caravans on a little bit of a network of roads with electricity and water and bottled gas. That's what I'm on, okay? Don't ever buy a caravan. There are so many horror stories, and I know my very good friend who's on Reach on air with me, Ross Patzel, he'd love a caravan, and I've told him, don't do it. Do not buy a caravan. There are so many horror stories. People spend 75, 85, 100 grand on a brand new, very nice caravan. No one knows what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone in the next 10 minutes. I could drop dead in the next 10 minutes. We don't know, right? So what happens is that people buy these caravans, an enormous amount of money. Some of them, they've become pensioners. They see the caravan. It's on a nice site. Like, you know, nice clean. Perhaps it's got the sea at the bottom of its door and stuff like that. And they take out all their pension and they buy a caravan, which seems like a good idea. And then something happens. Perhaps they become ill or they lose a partner. Then they go to the company where they've bought their caravan for 75 grand. After a year and a half. And the company offer them 10 grand. And there's nothing you can do. You have no rights whatsoever owning a caravan. Even the governor here, who's a nice bloke, his name's Guy, he's a nice bloke, right? And he seems to treat people very well, unless you do something wrong. You know, like steal electricity. There was one family here, I don't know if it was a family, like a couple here. They had wired past the electric meter, and they were nicking the electricity for their, you know, one of them bubble things that you have in the garden. Hot. It keeps the water hot, and you put like a cover on it. One of those things they had. Well, they weren't paying for the electricity, and they got caught, kicked them off, and so right they should do. So rightly they should. No, he's a good bloke. He's a good bloke, and he gets stuff done, right? There are other sites run by, I don't really want to say it, run by a certain type of person. And they own a lot of caravan sites. And they rip people off left, right and centre. It's terrible. And people lose their life savings. Take my advice. Never, ever. Thank you, Sarah. Hot tub. That's it, hot tub. Never, ever buy a caravan. Okay? I mean, you could end up somewhere like here. And you're okay here. But even then, you know, Guy, something might happen to him, and then it would get sold probably to someone unscrupulous who immediately says, anyone who's got a caravan that's more than 10 years old, you're off the site. You have no rights at all in a caravan. I could get a knock tonight. Hi, Chris, don't want you on here anymore. Thank you very much. No reason needs to be given. It's not like a mobile home. If you have a mobile home, which is not the same as a caravan, you have rights. If you're on a residential mobile home. Caravan site, no rights whatsoever. Okay, so be warned on that one. All right, my loves. Anyway, so I try and oh, hang on, Mark Bowles. Here we are. Just used hand. No, no, Mark. No, I'm sorry, Mark. No, I don't think so. Very, very naughty comment, love. Anyway, so I try and look after it. I can't DIY. My nephew and my brother-in-law from Butler's Empire, they look after my caravan when something goes wrong. But I still like to have a go now and again. And about 4 months ago, I bought some stain for the veranda that surrounds my caravan. Now, it's a wooden veranda and it is rotting in places. Already my nephew has replaced some of the boards. I think he said one of the joists was looking a bit dodgy, but, you know, it is what it is. And we keep things going for as long as we can. So he replaced some of those boards. And I got 4 bottles of stain stuff. Right? Let me go and get one for you, because I've got one out here. Hang on a minute. Here we are. So I've got 4 bottles of this stain stuff called Creo Stain. Now, this is a replacement for creosote, which we're not allowed to use anymore, and they stopped selling it. You probably buy it on the black market somewhere, I would imagine, but it's illegal to use that now. I think they found a connection to cancer or something like that. And you may remember when people used to paint their fences, and there would be this quite nice smell actually of that. So that's what I got. So I bought 4 of those, and I've been sitting in the kitchen waiting to be used. So today, after I left my nephew's house and I came back here, and it was a little bit earlier than I thought it would be, so I thought, well, it doesn't look like it's going to rain, and I asked the Amazon lady in her loudspeaker, is it going to rain? She said, no rain is expected today. I thought, do you know what, I'll do it now. So my idea was, you just pour it onto the wooden veranda and then give it a brush. I'd already been prepared, and I bought a broom especially for that. Okay? So I opened the bottle, put the broom together. By the way, the broom was a cheap one with the plastic fixing. If you want a broom to last, don't buy one of those. What you need is wood into metal or wood into wood. Don't buy the ones that are wood into plastic into wood, because the plastic bit will snap at some point. Sometimes really early. I bought one from Sainsbury's. Was it last year, I think? I went like that and it snapped. The plastic is crap. You've got to have like a metal connector or wood into wood. But this was a cheap one. I only intend to use it a couple of times. It was 15 quid. So this is the one I bought, right? Put it together. I then poured out the Creo Stain. Poured it out onto the veranda. Not really looking too much. Then I started sweeping. But I hadn't been very careful into how I poured it out. I've taken some pictures. And as you can see, I have now stained the bottom part of my caravan and plastic door. Not only that, I've ruined a pair of shoes. Or trainers. Now, the trainers weren't very dear, but nevertheless, I'm going to have to buy another pair now, because they've got all brown all over them, and it's just awful. So, as you can see, yet another DIY disaster. Of course, now don't even start texting. Oh, why didn't you put some newspaper on there first? Because, quite frankly, I didn't think I'd need to. I can't believe how badly it splashed up. Anyway, what have I done to try and fix that? Well, I immediately got a paper cloth. No, that ain't moving now. And I thought, how about some nice spray bleach? And I got my kitchen bleach out and give it all spray. No. I even left the kitchen bleach on there for 5 minutes before I went back out with my paper wipes. No, that is now stained. And it's going to be like there for God knows how long until the rain gets rid of it, which could be a few years. The stain may outlast the caravan. So there we are. It's terrible. The funny, and I'm so annoyed with myself because I'm just so useless at DIY. I am absolutely useless at it. And that's not a particularly hard job, is it? Pour it on, brush it on. Now I can see, oh, you should have put newspaper. Just one piece of newspaper with that special tape that you can peel off again, like what the decorators use, whatever, the masking tape. That would have stopped all that happening, wouldn't it? Too late now, it's there. Funny thing is, and I'm angry with myself, I was going to get my great nephew to do it because he likes to earn a little bit of money. He's done a little job for me once, and I gave him 50 quid, and he's still got, funnily enough, he's still got the 50 quid because it was the first £50 note he'd ever got. Wouldn't it be funny if he tries to cash it and he finds it's fake? Great nephew Harry, he's 12, and I was going to get him to do it, and I thought, oh, I'll just do it myself today. And if he'd have done that, I would have been fine, actually. Oh, don't worry about it, Harry. You know, you can't blame children about those sort of things, you know. One of those things. Of course, Mark Bowles, he's now laughing out loud after that. Yeah, I bet you are. White Spirit. Will White Spirit get rid of it? Will it? Or I could get some tomorrow. Will that really get rid of it? White Spirit. Oh, well, that'd be worth trying. The only thing is it wants to be dry first, doesn't it? Otherwise, I'll kneel down on that and I'll ruin another pair of tracksuit bottoms. Fortunately, not grey ones. Have you got a pair of grey tracksuit bottoms, Mark, that you can put on for me? I like looking at sort of 38-year-old lads in tracksuits. Grey ones, of course. It has to be grey. What can I do? Patricia in Manchester says, look like you went mad with the brush. Well, no, not really. Because by the time I started brushing it, I already had noted that it was splashed up simply through pouring the thing on there. And it's not like I was up here. It was quite low pouring this thing on. Thank you, Mark. Right, well, I'll try the White Spirit there. And thank you very much for your advice there. I will try the White Spirit to see how well that does. All right. Does anyone want to call in tonight? Do you want me to open the phone line? We haven't done that for a few weeks, have we? We generally don't get anyone call in. I can open the phone line. I will open the phone line tonight. Actually, I haven't used it up here for ages, have I? So I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let me just open that. Now, if you want to call in, I have to tell you it doesn't accept withheld numbers. And it doesn't accept that stupid BT thing. People often try and trip you up with doing stupid things when you're doing these shows. All right, so it won't accept a withheld number. And it won't accept the BT answer phone thing. So you can ring a BT answer phone and then that then rings you with a stupid message. But if you want to call in the next 10 minutes, and there's only one phone number, one line, okay? So if in the unlikely event someone does call in, all right, once someone's on the phone, I can't take another one. It's just a normal number. It's not a premium rate. And there you go. That's open now if anyone wants to call in. 020 8144 3477. It's a local London number. It's not premium rate. So if you fancy a little chat on the phone, that's the number there, okay? 020 8144 3477. We'll just leave that for 10 minutes and see if anyone calls in, all right? Big C says, I do love a bit of DIY. Do you? Do you like doing it? Do you? See, I don't even want to do it. Maybe that's the problem. I don't even want to do this DIY stuff. And I do think that's half the problem. I mean, to pick up a paintbrush, I'm lucky. I've got a really nice decorator near where I live. And he comes round and does it, you know, for money. You know, it's his job. Oh, we have got a call. Let's take this call then. Let's see who this is. Hello, who's on the line, please?
Oh, hello, it's Mark.
Hang on a minute. There we go. Who's that?
It's Mark.
Mark Bowles?
Yeah, hello.
It doesn't sound like Mark Bowles to me.
Yes, it's me. You okay?
Are you sure it's you?
I promise you it's me.
Okay. Let me see. Use one word in your last message to me.
White spirit.
No, the one after that.
The one after that?
Yes.
Yes, that will do, dear.
Okay, it is you. Hello, Mark. How blooming wonderful to hear your voice. I can't believe it.
You okay?
I'm treated tonight. Happy days. Now, are you going to come round and spread the white spirit on for me?
I can certainly give you a hand if you want me to.
Why am I so useless at these things, Mark? Are you any good at all this DIY stuff?
I'm not bad. I'm not great, but I'm not bad.
What can you do? I mean, I could do a little bit of a paint job in here. My sister painted this caravan for me when I first got it about 4 years ago. It's all in like really bright colours. Are you into bright colours?
I'm into anything.
Are you?
Absolutely anything.
Oh, that is excellent news, considering our conversations by text messages over the last few years. When's your birthday? Let me make a note of your birthday. Now, where's my calendar?
March the 25th.
March the 25th. Hang on a minute. Let me get my calendar. Because, I'm a very busy person, Mark. Very busy. March the 25th.
Always busy.
March the 25th. Let me see. April, March the 25th. Oh, it's a Monday, and your birthday next year is on Spring Bank Holiday. Did you know that?
No.
Mark Bowles' birthday. 39?
Yeah.
39. There we go. 39. There we go. Good. I'll make a note of that. Do let me know where you're going to be that night, and I'm going to turn up.
Well, you never know. I might pop round to your karaoke on a Friday or Saturday.
Well, hopefully I'll still be there at that time. Nothing's guaranteed, Mark. Nothing guaranteed. If you was at a karaoke night, what would you sing?
It would have to be a Stevie Wonder hit.
What? Superstition?
Correct.
Or Happy Birthday? Master Blaster?
No. Superstition or Sajuk.
Sajuk. Oh yeah. They were quite popular when I was DJing at or KJing at Belush's bar. I don't think anyone's ever done any Stevie Wonder, funnily enough, at the Central Station place. Funny that, isn't it?
What? Yeah, why not?
Do you have any karaoke where you are down there in Somerset?
Yeah, we have a few down here. I've been known to do the odd number now and again when I'm highly intoxicated.
Oh, well, let me know when you're in one of those places. I'm going to just turn up. I will be in disguise, maybe as a nun or something like that. Is there a Premier Inn nearby there that I could stay out somewhere like that at all, Mark? Or maybe I wouldn't need to stay in a hotel. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what are your facilities like where you are?
There's more than one.
Is there really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I even managed to muck the booking of that up when we went to Southampton. My nephew ended up in one hotel and me in another. There's a nice little Premier Inn on the Isle of Wight. Was it Ventnor? I can't remember now. But it's literally on the sea. I mean, that would be a lovely place for two people desperately in love to spend some time. Don't you think, Mark?
I think that's a great idea.
Does the Isle of Wight appeal to you at all, Mark?
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times.
Oh, what, recently? I mean, it's all very different now. You can meet...
No, I've not been there for years, to be honest.
Well, you can meet celebrities on the island, such as Shania, head of the Catholic Church on the Isle of Wight, and people like that, Be Be quite nice.
You are a celebrity, so I would be with a celebrity.
I'm not a celebrity. I'm some sad old git sitting in a spare room talking to people. That's what I am. I don't know.
Are you going to film? Are you going to film your DIY next disaster tomorrow with a white spirit, or not?
Why is it not going to work? You haven't told me something that's going to be an even worse design. It probably
no. It should work. It should work fine.
Yeah, is it one of those things? You know, like you get a mark on something, and then you get like a dry cloth, and if I'll just get it off. The worst thing is like chocolate, isn't it? Chocolate on your car seat. That's it, mate. It's on there forever, unless you know otherwise. I've got a bit of chocolate on my front seat, and I was so careful. I never ate chocolate.
Are you sure it's chocolate?
I'm sure it is. Yeah, it's not my IBS giving me problems. Because it's not on my seat. You see, it's not on my seat. On the other seat, I gave some ladies a lift home from the karaoke back to mine, and for some unbeknown reason, I said I wanted to get some petrol, so I got the petrol, and I said, and I thought while I was in there, I'll get them some chocolate. Just as what I said. And I carefully looked at the chocolate, wondering which would be the best one not to crumble onto one of my seats. So I selected a Kit Kat. A Kit Kat. How wrong I was. How wrong I was. And it took a few days to spot it. And there it was. The chocolate that had got onto the chair and had now been sat into the fabric of the chair. And no, it won't come out again. Unless you know how to do that, do you?
No, unfortunately not.
Seems to have become part of the stain, to be honest, Mark. Dreadful. There's a chocolate stain on my front chair. And then when I looked in the back, this was in the middle of summer, right? So it was quite hot. And I was up here at the caravan. And I thought, I hope they didn't get any chocolate on the back seat. And there it was, a lump of chocolate. And I thought, I'll go and do that in a minute. And without thinking, on this hot summer's day, I then closed the car door, came in and had some lunch. Halfway through the lunch, a little light bulb went on in my head and thought, hang on a minute, that chocolate's going to melt onto the seat. And I rushed out there with the Hoover, and luckily it hadn't quite melted. And because I hadn't rubbed it or anything, the Hoover, no mark. Happy days.
So you don't have much luck, do you?
Not with DIY things, no, not really. Perhaps you could bring me a little bit of luck, Mark. I'd like a little bit of luck with you. I really would.
One day, I'm sure.
Perhaps I could ring up my mate just after I finish the show today and say I'm afraid I've had to cancel the 2 nights in the hotel without actually telling him that someone else was about to turn up with me instead. I mean, I could be the gossip of the hotel, couldn't I? Or is that Mr. Reardon again?
Great idea, that is.
There's Mr. Reardon again. Have you seen? He's bought a different one with him this time. He comes in with a different one each time. Oh, Mark, thank you so much for calling in. The last time you called in was over 2 years ago, wasn't it? Over two and a half years ago. I remember.
About the bingo, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. And I'm still waiting for the pictures of you in the grey tracksuit, please.
That'll be incoming shortly. Don't you worry about that.
Thank you very much. You look after yourself.
And you, take care.
A pleasure. Bye, mate. Bye now.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
there is the love of my life, Mark Bowles. I can't tell you how I've spent most of my life trying to chat him up. You know, trying to get him onto the other bus, so to speak. Very, very difficult. Right, let's have a look here. Shania says, being called a celebrity, I'm honoured. Yes, you are a celebrity, Shania. You are, love. Very important person. Very busy person. Busy. We're very, very busy people. You and me. Very busy, dear. Need a calendar. And that Premier Inn hotel is in Sandown, so thank you very much. Simon's there as well. Did I say hello to your dad? Didn't realise he was there. Or did I? I'm sure I probably read a message out from him at some point. Thank you very much. Anyway, so that's the DIY disaster. Just in case you've only just joined us, I did DIY disaster today. I wasn't paying full attention there. But as you can see, it's all brown stained up the side. My lovely, he sounds so nice, doesn't he? Don't you think, on the phone, Mark? He sounds so nice on the phone, and it was a real pleasure talking to you on the phone tonight, Mark. It was. I'm a little bit. I may have to stop the show early actually, and have a little lie down in a darkened room. I'm that excited now. I really. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. And he's advised me to get white spirit and that'll take it off. So I will try that. I've got a towel that I use to kneel down on when I because one of the things with a caravan is that when you go, you have to turn off the water, and just turning it off isn't good enough. You have to try and drain it. So what I do is I undo the pipe with incoming water, and a bit of water flows out, and then I go back into the caravan, obviously turn the water off, then I undo the pipe where the water comes in, and a bit comes out, and then you go up into the caravan and turn on all the taps, and a load of water flows out, and you can hear it draining out. You have to do that because it gets so cold in and underneath the caravan, and the pipes freeze, and you don't want that. Then you start having to pay for bleeding new pipes and what have you. I mean, I don't know how much that was there. He says, do not stop showing those pictures. It's making me laugh. I'll do that then. I'll get some. I'm going swimming tomorrow afternoon. What am I doing tomorrow night? Oh, I know what I'm doing tomorrow night. So on a Monday night, I'll go swimming. I'll see if I can find some white stain. White. What do you call it? White spirit there, Mark. And I'll video myself cleaning that, okay, and see how we get on with that. All right. Stop it, Bit. No, I'm not reading that out, Big G. Rude. People send me in rude stuff, you know. I mean, can you believe it? Listen, don't believe that. Like nice voice from Mark Bowles. If I showed you some of these messages that he sends me while I'm on the air. Not on air, on stream. Shocking state of affairs. And me, a good Catholic boy. You know. Me, a good Catholic boy. Mark, please try it and let me know. A little bit on the cloth and rub gently. Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let me tell you. So tomorrow, after me little radio show tomorrow, you know how to find me on the radio. Let me just put this up there while I'm talking over it. There you go. That's where I am on the radio tomorrow. I say radio, not on a radio, on internet radio. There's a difference. Okay, just a little station that I just absolutely loved doing that little show in the morning between 9 and 10 o'clock. And we do have a laugh. There's a little competition in there usually. There's no prizes or anything like that. Just a bit of fun. I can't remember. What is it on Mondays? What do we do on Mondays? What's the competition tomorrow? Hang on. Oh, that's the old list. Oh, that's the old list, that is. I've got blankety blank, but I don't think it is that. What did we... Oh, I know. That's it says blankety blank. It might not be that tomorrow. What do we do on a Monday? What's the other thing? We blankety blank, the wheel. We do call my bluff. Oh, that's it. Bluff. Family Fortunes is on a Friday. Fortunes is on a Friday. Oh, maybe it is then. Blankety blank tomorrow. Okay, so we do blankety blank. We do blankety blank. That's the quiz tomorrow, and it's very quick. You know, it only lasts a few minutes, and then I get you to vote on a song and what have you, and it's great fun. So do try and join us in the morning, okay? At one of those places there on the poster that you can see on your screens at the moment. I'll leave that up for a while I'm chit chatting away, okay? So if you want to write down any of those details or maybe do a little screenshot, all right. So I'll try to see if I can find the white spirit, and if I get time, do it. But tomorrow night is Monday night, and on a Monday night I go to my nephew's, and we always go out for chips of some sort. They might have like kebab and chips. I'll have baked beans on chips. I like that. And we go to this place in Metheringham, run by the most delightful couple, Asian couple they are, and they're not greedy people. You know, the prices are reasonable. You could never ever order a large portion of chips in there. My God, 8 people carry them out to your car. They are such lovely people. The place is called Barrier Reef. And if you're ever in Lincolnshire and around the Metheringham area, that's METH, Metheringham, okay, area, do visit the Barrier Reef chip shop. Okay, you can get all sorts in there, burgers, veggie. I think the veggie burgers in there. I have baked beans and chips. He does the curry gravy. That don't sound right. Curry sauce, and he does gravy in there, and just and honestly, you won't be disappointed. And his lovely wife or his assistant, depending who's in there at the time. So that's what we usually do on a Monday, except slightly different tomorrow. Looks like we're still going to the chip shops, but I'm going to meet great Evie's newish boyfriend. Great niece Evie is 13. The boyfriend is also 13. They're at school together. And I want to show you this picture. And she had it on a... not Facebook. What's that thing? Where the youngsters are constantly sending up photos of themselves. Instagram, isn't it? Instagram, that's it. I want to show you this picture that she's got on her Instagram of the two of them walking to school. So presumably they got someone else to take this photo. You don't see their faces. How cute is that? Hey, let me just come back on the camera there so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, look at that. It's a little bit too bright, isn't it? Hang on. Let's turn that down. There you go. And there's great niece Evie. He looks ever so tall, doesn't he? There they are, walking to school together. And that the cutest picture? First love. See, first love. Remember your first love? I do. And so tomorrow I'm meeting him. Now, the only thing is, great niece Evie, I'm like a mad uncle, really. I do stupid things. And she's a little bit terrified that I'm going to embarrass her. And I don't know why that is. And this has been going on for some time, this whole embarrassing thing. Oh, so how's you and Jaden? What does he look like? And she goes, Mum, Chris is being weird. Why am I being weird? I'm just asking, what does he do? What's he want to do when he leaves school? And all? Don't know yet. Okay, then. So today I've gone in. I said, I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow night. And she looked at me like that. And I said, look, and she said, why are you looking at me like that? Don't be weird. Please don't be weird tomorrow. She's going on this. I said, I'm not being weird. I said, I just want to ask you, right? Is there anything you want me not to do or say tomorrow? No, just be normal. And her mum says, look at Uncle Chris. He is not a normal person. I said, I can try and be normal if you want me to. Now, just tell me, is there anything you want me to wear? Because normally I look a bit of a... I'm first to admit like it. I'm very flustered, Mark. I don't think I can carry on, to be honest, after your phone call. I really can't carry on, my love. Where was I now? I said, what do you want me to wear? Because usually I turn up there, pair of trackies on and an old T-shirt. I said, do you want me to... She said, just wear what you've got on today, because I'd come straight from church. So I had a pair of jeans on and a sort of not this shirt, but a sort of shirt on, you know. Okay. And I'm looking at her. She's waiting for me to say something. And I said to her, look, I've got this really nice pink chiffon outfit and some nice high heel. Mum, tell him, Mum, he's being weird again. Oh dear. Have any of you got teenagers, like the younger teenage, where You are no longer their parents or uncles or aunts. You are just now a complete embarrassment as far as they're concerned now, aren't you? And she says all this stuff, right? And then I'll go and sit on the settee and she'd come over and sit next to me and put her feet on my lap. Well, you know, which is it? Do I embarrass you or not? No, of course you don't. Not while she's on her own. But the moment there's another friend there or something like that, I just become an embarrassment. I'm hurt, boys. I'm very hurt. I mustn't be weird, apparently. There we are. Okay, boys and girls. So I'm very much looking forward to doing that. So I'll try and do the White Spirit thing. If not, I might try and do it on Tuesday. Because we're very busy people. Very busy, Mark. Very busy. Busy. Oh, hang on. What's this in May? On May the 25th. Look, booked in. Mark Bowles' birthday, 39. Give me a size and get you a nice grey tracksuit for your birthday if you promise to wear it when I give it to you, lovey. All right? Have you become an embarrassment to your kids, I wonder, yet? Do they kind of take a step back now whenever you're around? Beatrice. Are you talking to me there, Beatrice? Hang on a minute, love. Who was at the Oratory? Hang on. I went to the London. I don't know. It might not be the same Oratory. I went to the London Oratory in Fulham. That was my school. Great, good school. I didn't really like school. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't very clever. 2 O levels. Physics and English is all I got. Both grade C's. I got unclassified. Oh, your first lover. Are you saying lover there, my love? Yeah, your first lover. You was at the London Oratory School. He was at the Oratory School in the old building. Mr. Gaffney, he caned me. Oh, what a small world this is. What a small world this is. Mr. Gaffney caned me. Horrible man he was. Crooked bottom to... Mr. Gaffney. Hello, he was an horrible man. He was so strict. He was so strict. And he actually retired, but not after he caned me. He did a whole little show of caning. You know, he didn't just come out with a stick and whack you. Oh, no. He had to do a whole little show as you went into the office, and he got up slowly and walked over to this cupboard, opened the cupboard in full view of you, all these canes, pulling out one at a time, giving it a little bit of a shake. Oh, yeah, that one will do. And it's like that. Okay, put your hands on the chair. Oh, he did wallop my arse. Half hurt. Apparently, years later, because while he was there, he retired. He was bad. I always remember, and isn't it funny how you remember stuff years and years later, right? And I remember coming out of the classroom, and there was the building was like square, like that, and so many stories high. So our form room was on the second floor. 1MS I was in to start with, and then 2MS, 3MS. But in 1MS, we were in room 211. And they had these white doors in the middle of each floor. So one there, and one there. So as you walk around. And these, because we're all boys' school, and they were a bit boisterous, you know, they would push through these doors. And one day, Gaffney was standing on the other side of the door. Horrible man. He was horrible. And of course, he got hit by this door. As the beeper went beep, 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 beep. Everyone pours out the classroom, don't they? And he got hit by this boy. You boy! And the boy stopped. Terror, get down to the front entrance hall. And you knew he was for the lash. And he lashed me. Only once. It was horrible, horrible. And while I was there, he retired, and Mr. McIntosh became the headmaster, who was still strict, but he had what a likeable thing going on there. And I met up with him years later when I was 32, and I went back to the school. He lashed me twice as well, but no, not like Gaffney. In actual fact, we got on because I was into music. You see, I played the timpani drums in the orchestra, or the school band, not orchestra, in the school band. And once you was into music, that's it, you were in, mate. And when I went down there, he said, "Oh, hello, Chris, what are you doing down here?" I've been talking at the back. And oh, okay. Oh, you better come in the office then. He said, "I'll have to do something." Okay, right. He said, "Right, put your hands on the chair." Okay, off you go. It didn't even hurt. So happy days. Funny how you should mention that, Beatrice. Oh, what a small world it is, isn't it, eh? I met his wife as well in the church once. You know, when we used to go to the church. Okay, don't forget, if you could send us a message, please use a text, okay? 07451 287 337. Oh, March. Have I put the wrong... Sorry, Mark. I've put May. Look. Good job you told me that, love. So, 25th of March. Hang on, let me just check. I hope I'm not booked in for anything in March, Mark. If I am, I'll cancel it. There we are. March the 25th is a Wednesday. Even better. Mark Bowles. Oh, hang on. March the 25th, Wednesday. Mark Bowles. 39th birthday. Lovely pictures of you and your little boy. I've actually got pictures of my phone of you on my phone. I mean, I don't want you to think I'm a stalker or anything. Would you like to see the picture that I've got on my phone of you? Hang on a minute. There's a couple, actually. I hope you don't mind. I've cropped out your little boy. Where is it now? There it is. That's one of my... There you go. Right, this is my... Oh, hang on a minute. Can I show people your picture? You were a bit funny with me when I mentioned that the other time. You have to tell me if I can show it or not. If not, that's fine. Just let me know. I'll wait for your text. Big G says, "I take complete joy in embarrassing my nephews and nieces, but they love me even more for it." You don't mind? Okay. Right, this is Mark Bowl. You ready? This is my fancy man. Whoa, look at him. Yes, please. That is the picture. You heard the voice. Now there's the picture. You see, he's going to take me away from all this and you'll never hear from me again because I won't need to be sitting here talking. It is a small world, Beatrice. Thank you, Mark. Good looking. Don't you think it's good looking? Would you like me to ask them to give you a score out of 10, Mark? There is a picture of... I'm sure there's another one somewhere, but that's my favourite one that I've seen of you so far. And as you know, your little boy, I think, is on this side somewhere. But, yeah, there he is. Mark's out of 10, lads. Jason's son says he is handsome, Chris. Shall we zoom in a bit? Let's zoom right into his face. Look at that, eh? Oh, look. The smile. And I know he's smiling because he's out with his little boy. And he didn't have access at one point. And that's just... destroys a man, that does, ladies. It really does. I've seen this. I've seen it so many times, to be honest. You know, oh, you hurt a man hardest by stopping him seeing his children. Just a terrible thing. Hello, Mark. He says I'd be lucky to get. Come on, Mark's out of 10 for Mark. Come on, I'm keeping an eye there. Patricia in Manchester, very handsome man. It's not me making it up. I'm just reading out your messages, Mark. Matthew Van, 20 out of 10 from Matthew. Anyone else there? Going to give him a mark out of 10 there? Come on, send your scores in. Scores on the doors. Hurry up. I'm watching all message systems. Anyone else? No one else. The straight lads are keeping very quiet. They're just jealous because they're not as good looking as you, Mark. That's what it is. You won't get any marks on the straight lads, or they'll put 1 or something like that, you know, because they think that's funny. You know, that's it. I told you, you're going to the wrong pubs, mate. You'd have much more luck in one of our pubs. God, how is it 20 to 8? I can't believe it's gone so quick tonight. Gosh, it has gone very quick tonight. Happy to help. I went to Asda this week on it's my mum's anniversary of her death next week on the 18th, and it will be 25 years. Thank you, Roy. Roy giving 10 out of 10 for Mark. There you go. Thank you, Roy. Shame he's not interested in you, really, isn't it, Mark? Or Matthew. or anyone else. I am apparently the only man for him when he decides to get on the other bus and realise what he's missing, i.e. me. You know. Anyway, yeah, it's Mum's anniversary on Wednesday, 25 years to the day that I lost her. Saddest day of my life. And I usually go to the grave on on her day. But this year, and I think it's the first time actually, I'm up at the caravan. So I couldn't get there. So I went on Thursday. And on the way there, I stop at B&Q. Nice little time in B&Q. Some old bloke in there, 75 years old he is, and he works there. 75 years old. And I says, why do you work here? He said, I'm bored at home. He said, I love it. He said, I'm hoping to be able to be here until I'm 80. Okay, great. And he's not quite as fast as the young lads, but that's all right. He's doing his job, putting stuff on the shelves, and he's happy as a sandbag working. I said, do they treat you all right? He said, yeah. Yeah, he said, they're fine. So there's a little thing there. And then I go to Asda. So I get some pot plants in B&Q to do the grave up. Then I go in Asda to do a little bit of shopping because I don't have an Asda near me, and I quite like Asda. Quite cheap. And then I get some flowers in there for Mum's grave as well. So I've got the flowers. And honestly, you're walking around and all these members of staff have got these T-shirts on. Happy to help, I think it says. Something like happy to help. Green outfits. And they look quite smart, I suppose. All these T-shirts, big badges. Happy to help. So you go in, on the left-hand side is the security guard. He's not got a happy to help badge on. So I don't think he's very happy in his job. Miserable git. And as you go into the shop, the ones with the green uniforms on, they've all got these happy to help labels and badges and T-shirts on and things sewn onto there. Well, I'm sorry, you've never seen such a miserable look of slapped asses in all your life. Especially at the till. I'd paid for my goods at the self-service checkout till, you know. There is an undisclosed item in the checkout area. Please remove this item and try again. Why does she have to say that so loud? Everyone's looking, except they're not. Don't bother the thieves that go in Greg's, does it? Just help yourself, mate. And I came out of there, and I could see one of these happy to help people stare. Just the way she was talking to a customer, I can't remember what was going on. There was no indication there that she had ever smiled in her entire life. She had this fake tan. This is at the Asda in Roehampton in southwest London, which is literally at the back or in front of the cemetery that my dear mother and father are in. Father died in 1996. Wonderful parents I had. Best parents. I can't tell you of one incident where they let me down. I can tell you of many incidents I let them down. Believe me, I was horrible at some point, especially when I was with my girlfriend for some reason. I don't know why. I really don't know why. It's a funny thing, this whole girl-boy thing, and a lot of girls. No, I don't really want to say that. I don't really want to say that because I don't think it's very fair. It's because it's not all girls, but a lot of the time, the bloke goes along with whatever the girls want. We're seeing this now with Adam Peaty, and he's going out with the Ramsey girl, isn't he? We're seeing that with him, and the Beckham boy kind of almost turned against his parents. I did the same, and I don't know why. I sit here and I do not know why, and I can see it happening again with these two. I mean, the celebrities, obviously. Brooklyn Beckham, I'm not quite sure what he's good at. Is he good at anything? He seems to keep trying different things. He's not particularly good at anything. But the Adam Peaty boy, you know, very successful athlete, kind of turned against his mum. If you believe what's written in the papers, which is not always the truth, as you well know. I mean, why not watch a truthful organisation like the BBC, who never lie to us? Never in a million years would they lie. And I don't know what makes the lads like that, really, including myself. I can't tell you why. Anyway, back to this story then. So in Asda, you've never seen so many miserable people working there in all your life, really. Not like that in Waitrose. They've got time to talk to you and everything in Waitrose. No wonder the prices are so dear. I'm sure they just employ staff to talk to you and make you feel good. I hope tonight I've made you feel a little bit good. Never treat life too seriously, boys and girls. It's too short. Try and turn everything into a joke. You would not want to know my sense of humour. And there's someone also I'm connected with in a very important position. If you ever heard his sense of humour, you wouldn't believe it. I can't say who that was. We've got some more marks coming in for Mark Bowles here. Zoe is giving you a 10 out of 10. Definitely handsome. Yeah, Mark, you must be feeling like one of them little Instagram people now. But remember, you do not require validation. I keep telling the youngsters that. You upload a photo because you want to upload a photo. You upload a video because you want to upload a video. You do not upload a video or photo to get likes. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You do not all these youngsters are now convinced that they require constant validation. And listen, kids, if there's anyone young watching, and I doubt that because of my age, and I would imagine most of you are sort of similar to my age or within sort of 20 years either way, I suppose. You don't require validation. Just do your thing. Anyone who likes it will come along for the ride. Anyone that does like it can go. It doesn't matter, does it? You know, do your thing. Don't, or I must change that photo because it's only got 4 likes. So what? Oh, you used to get photos out, you know, when you went round to someone's house, didn't you? Oh, we've just been on holiday. Let me go and get my photos. You think, oh, God, do we want to look at those? I think it's the same on the internet. I think, oh God, I bet they do that to me. Oh God, he's uploaded another photo. Unless it's another photo of something that they fancy, then that's a different story altogether. I mean, God knows what people do when they pause my videos at certain points. It's frightening, it really is. Big G is giving you a strong 9. 9? Not 10? I think I'm just going to delete that message there, Mike. Oh, Mark says he still feels like an ugly git. No, you're not, mate. No love. Zoe says, brilliant show again. I've certainly put a smile on my face. Zoe, I haven't finished yet, love. Blimey, let me at least finish, love. And Matthew says, you're missing a good time. There you go. Any more messages? Send them through, my loves. All right. So that's the happy to help story there. Just wondered if we had anyone damaged in the storm at all. Did you get any damage? Nasty storm. When I came up here Friday night, it was absolutely pelting it down with rain. As I pulled up to the caravan, luckily it eased off a bit, so I was able to get back under the caravan and turn up the water. But there is a lady on the caravan site who apparently she got water coming in her. Like, we got these like plastic things on the top of the roof, and she got water in there because where the caravan site is, the rain doesn't just come down, it blows at you. So if you've got any little hole or something on the side, or like a rubber seal or something like that not quite working properly, you can get all water into the caravan. I don't suppose any of you got any problem there, did you? Anyway, coming out Tuesday or Wednesday this week is my latest going out video. I went to Woodthorpe Garden Centre with my nephew and his little tribe yesterday. It was a Saturday afternoon we went. It was quite busy in there, but there was, to be fair, you know, it was okay moving around in there. We weren't like pushing past people all the time or anything like that. And we had a lovely time. We had a lovely meal in there and looked at some of the Christmas lights as well as other stuff in there as well. There's some toys and stuff like that, kiddies' toys to play with, especially something I quite like, monster trucks. I can't believe how cheap they are. They're like 10, 15, 20 quid maybe tops. Monster trucks. And if your kids got those, I wonder? They're really good. Great nephew Charlie has monster trucks, and you will see him at the beginning of the video. It'll probably be out Tuesday or Wednesday around about 6 p.m, okay? I've not quite finished putting it together yet, but you will see baby Charlie, who's 2, and his collection of monster trucks. He had them all lined up on the wall. I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's him that lined them up against the wall, because as soon as he starts, there's one over there, one over there, one over there, one over there. You know what they're like. They're lovely, these monster trucks, all metal as well. The Corgi cars, I quite like Corgi cars. You remember I did a video of the Thunderbirds one. You know, Lady Penelope's pink car, which I've got my mate, because he quite likes cars and all that. And it was much larger than I thought it would be when it came, and it comes in a lovely presentation box that you don't want to touch. You've only got to touch it. Oh, finger mark on there. Maybe Mark's white spit. Oh no, I don't want to take the pink off the box. The pink would probably come off the box, wouldn't it? So he's got that. But the Corgi toys are a little bit more pricey. You know, they tend to be sort of, especially the larger ones, you're looking at 40 quid. You know, monster trucks, 20 quid. I think they're very good value for money. So you'll see him, and that's the Woodthorpe Garden Centre Christmas programme. That'll be out Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay. Although I have to say, we've been there. I think this is the third time that I've been there now, and on this particular visit, which we had a nice time. Don't get me wrong, there was something not right there. Something missing, and I can't put my finger on it. I mentioned this to my nephew's wife, Stacey, who done me dinner earlier on today, which was as delicious as always. Thank you, Stacey, if you're watching. And she said there seems to be more boxes, if you see what I mean. Like boxes of stuff, rather than displays. I mean, there were displays there. My favourite displays in these garden centres is they always seem to have a little area somewhere in around the middle, and there's lots of moving things like Ferris wheels and little ice skating people and trains going around on little tracks and all this stuff. 30, 40, 50 quid. When you look at the displays, there must be 2, 3, 4, 5,000 pounds of stuff in there, you know. And to get a display like that, you'd have to spend an awful lot of money. I know people do spend a lot of money at Christmas now, whereas when I was a kid, it was like paper change and a bit of tinsel and a few baubles and some electric lights. You know, the old screwing electric bikes that never worked when you got them out the next year. Now, LEDs all over the place, blow up Father Christmases, light up reindeer, then things you have reindeer in a garden with all the little lights around them. Moving things going around. They had a Santa there was a sledge with a Santa in it, and it was attached to the top of the Christmas tree going around like that. There's so much now, and people must spend a fortune on bits and pieces for Christmas, mustn't they? Mark says we need more unboxing videos, so I'll order something else. That's what I should do. Can you order something random? Can you order a box of what would you call that? A mystery box. Can you order a mystery box? I'll have to write that down. Order mystery box. Mystery box. Can you do that or not? Just wondered. George, do you use Harry's razors? Yes, I do. Harry's razors. That's what I use, and they come in the post when one finishes. That's it. Now, how are we doing? 7 minutes. Okay. Let's do that one there. Oh, wanted to talk to you about some more stuff. I'm running out of time now. I can't go over 8 o'clock because that's when the Butler's Empire is on. My sister will be on the phone. Yeah, are you still doing your show? We're doing our premiere. And besides, most people would disappear when they come on anyway. I know where your preferences lie. Don't worry, I do know. Right, so it looks like I've made a bit of a boo-boo. No extended show, my love. I can't do an extended show, Mark. Not even just for you, my love. Okay. It looks like I've made a little bit of a boo-boo, actually. Now, did anyone notice any different at the beginning of the show when you had the clock on there? Or in the top left-hand corner, can you notice anything different there at all? See if any of you have noticed it. If you know already because you've been looking at my Facebook, then yeah, fair enough. But it's a little bit small there, isn't it? Let me show you a bigger one. There you go. Anyone notice anything different there at all? Have a good look. If you're a regular viewer to the show, what looks different about that now? I bet you can't even notice, can you? Any idea? Send your answer in nice and quickly. Don't see any answers coming in yet. I don't think you've noticed any difference. You can't tell, can you? Oh, one's got it. One's got it. Just one person? Anyone else see anything different about that? I'll tell you. Thank you. Shania's got it. Mark Bowles has got it. Roy says Lincolnshire. No, that's not it, Roy. That's not it. George says, is it you put your flag on top of the world? Yes, I have done that, but no, that's not it. Gary Ross says all capitals. Yes, but that's not it. Yeah. Sarah knows because she saw the post earlier. Right. I'll tell you what's happened. You may remember some time ago, I stopped doing these shows. And I've only come back to doing these again this year. And then more recently, just a few weeks ago, I started doing outdoor videos as well because I did one on the Isle of Wight and a lot of people loved it. And a lot of people joined us from that video. Thank you, Stu. You've got it right as well there. A lot of people joined us from the video and I thought, oh, they like these. Let's do another couple. And I've done a few more and they're not quite at the same level as the Isle of Wight Gardening Centre, but there's a reasonable amount of people who are like enjoying it. So I started doing them again. But when I stopped doing them, I gave up a lot of website domains, one of which was unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do this again, I'm going to have to get that back. And I've looked for it, and someone else now owns it, who is happy to sell it to you at quite a large price. I haven't got a price, but you'd have to go into negotiations, and I would imagine it would be hundreds of pounds. There was a unitedkingdomtalk.com, let me tell you, that was available for £800. I don't want to spend that. I don't want to spend anything like that. So, you'll know, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is no more. It is unitedkingdomtalk.uk. And anyone who types that in will be taken straight to my YouTube page, all right? So just to let you know, there's no .co.uk anymore. That has now gone. It's become unitedkingdomtalk.uk. And that's what changed there. All right? Well done, everyone who got that. Okay. And there was a lot more in the show today that we haven't got to, but never mind. We'll carry that forward to next week. I think I'm with you next Sunday. Hang on a minute. I'm sure I am. Look, I'm so busy, Shania, that the page has actually come out of the book now. Let me just check. Next Sunday. Yes. Okay, there will be one of these for you next Sunday night in the same place as you're watching it now at 6 o'clock. Thank you very much for joining in today. And as I say, if you're new to the show, you're very warm welcome to you. I'm glad you enjoy your my stuff there. If you go now to YouTube and type in Butler's Empire, you can watch their show now. They are not live, as in sitting here in front of you talking. However, they will be sitting next to a computer running their recorded show, and they will be in a chat box and able to talk to you as well. All right, my darlings. So look after yourselves. And if you're around tomorrow, look at this, okay? Join us at Reach On Air, reachonair.com from 9 o'clock. Have a nice evening. See you again very soon. Bye-bye now.